Hey there, folks. Happy Monday. It is the 4th of July, so it is Independence Day. Are we independent from pain? Are we independent from trauma? I hope so. I hope y'all are continuing your journey of healing and really taking some beautiful steps as we continue our year of self-care. All of these beautiful things that we've been exploring throughout the year are absolutely ways that, to help ourselves continue to thrive and grow and heal. I hope you had a good time last week paying attention. What did you focus on? Did you shift your attention? Did you create some intention? I really hope so. I had some great emails from y'all talking about how using the power of focus was really shifting things in your lives. So thank you as always for sharing and letting me know how these weekly invitations, of practices are going for you. So we're going to continue our journey. Let's see what we have in store for us this week. Okay, here it comes. Guidance. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Ask for guidance. The divine will meet your every need. Okay, so I love this. The image is of a man kind of in a robe. He has a key around his neck. He's looking through a book, but then the other half of the book has actually been changed into like a keyboard. There's an owl, great symbol for wisdom and knowledge. Asking for guidance. In the statement here of the divine will meet your every need. Okay, well, so depending on kind of your relationship to spirituality, higher power, that may or may not resonate with you. So if you want to take it in that direction, fabulous, fine. The place of prayer, the place of intuition, the place of universe speaking to us, receiving guidance from a higher power, being able to slow down and lean in and listen. But I'm going to take this in a little bit of a different direction because me personally, I'm somewhat agnostic. And so the word divine, really what that brings up to me is my divine self. My higher self, my best, most wonderful self. If we think about divine, this word in itself is just so lovely. I just recently, this past weekend, went to an exhibit of Gao Pei's couture, clothing, fashion, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend you look her up, check her out. She's a Chinese fashion designer, and I found myself as I was walking through the exhibit saying this word divine. Oh my gosh, that's so divine. And what that means for me is just kind of like otherworldly, big, beautiful, bold, powerful. When we are truly tapped in to our divine self and we are asking our higher self for guidance, I think we find a lot of beautiful answers. If you want to think about it, kind of like you think about the levels of self. So we have at the very bottom level what we might call our id. This is the part of us that's just driven by, oh my gosh, I need to eat and I want pleasure and I want all the things and I want it. There's not a lot of rational thought. It's really just purely driven by need without any consideration. Then we have ego, which can be really powerful, but is often really settled in the place of frustration and worry and concern, thinking about outside influences. Okay, so I'm kind of hashing this out. I'm talking it out with you all because I have a lot of different thoughts kind of whirling around for me right now. But I want to think of like the trauma self versus the divine self. Your trauma self keeps you small. Your trauma self gets really confused about what you need. I don't know what I need. Maybe I need this. Maybe I need that. Your trauma self gets very locked into anxiety and fear, which shuts down your capacity to feel and to intuit what needs to happen, what choices you need to make, what actions you need to take. So imagine that the healing journey is about shedding the trauma self so that your divine self, darling, can show up on the scene. Yes, and that divine self understands how to get their needs met, knows what their needs are, how to communicate those needs, doesn't shy away from speaking their truth. There is this wisdom, this knowledge, this knowing, this inner sense of strength and self that begins to come through. And you start to walk in the world as that person. You know, I just got an email today from someone who's about to start the Beyond Surviving program, and they said one of the things that's, you know, kind of stressing them out about this part, the journey of it, is the who am I? Like, oh my gosh, I've been identifying for so long as the trauma self that who am I going to be? What's going to happen? How am I going to know myself? You know, after I go through this process of integrating the trauma and healing and being able to move on. And, you know, what I said to that person was that it's, first of all, a hugely common statement that I hear. I don't know who I am without the trauma and the trauma behaviors. But what's really true is that there is a self that you already know. There are qualities and characteristics that you identify as you. What's often the case is that sometimes those quality characteristics have become skewed or have become disproportional. So we need to kind of get things into a more moderate, grounded level. And then it's about pulling away and stripping away the layers of trauma so that that genuine, authentic, divine self can be revealed, not created. We don't have to go in and create a self. You have a self. You have personhood. All of that is there within you. And you are going to be able to just connect with that more deeply and feel that more deeply as you shed the trauma self. So when you're thinking about guidance as a self-care act, asking for guidance, number one, right? Will you tune in to your inner self? Will you tune in to your higher self? If you like to, and that's part of your practice, will you tune in to a higher power to receive guidance and stop listening to your trauma self? Your trauma self wants to guide you in all the wrong directions. Be afraid. Don't be in relationship. Don't trust that person. Don't count on that person. Don't believe anyone could love you. Your trauma self is always going to guide you to the negative, to loss, to playing small. This is one of the ways you can start to notice, whoa, hold on. That guidance doesn't seem to actually be taking me to a place of empowerment or joy or love. So maybe I better question that message that I'm getting. Okay? Have a great time this week exploring this idea. Keep me in touch, keep in touch with me. Let me know how that's going. And as always, if there's anything I can do to be a support to you, let me know. I still have a few spots for my upcoming group program for women, so you can learn more about that at rachelgrantcoaching.com/group-program. And until next time, take good care of you.